Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, just gentlemen. Welcome back to the second episode of the AI Duels Tournament. Now, I said in the last video all the way at the end, but I'm going to say it in the start. If you are enjoying the AI Duels Tournament, don't forget to, subscribe, leave a comment. It really helped the algorithm for especially this video. This channel is still rather small. I've only really started a month ago in terms of actually making content again. But I will say the support and the views I've been getting are fantastic, and I can't complain about that. But nevertheless, let's get back into it. The Duels Tournament beginning now. Ladies and gentlemen, round one, sadly to my displeasure, two of my mains have to now fight each other for elimination. Warden already kind of low on the health lead, so not surprising really. With sense damage near the wall, I wouldn't really stay there against the scent. But Warden's kind of tying it up here. The light's coming in, but Warden calls the bluff on the level 2. Gets the damage, doesn't hit the wall. Scent decides to back up away from the unblockable so it doesn't hit him. Scent going with a flurry of lights to heavy. Warden now at 1 health. Falls for the guard break, Scent gets the wall spot, and the heavy will put Warden out of first round 1. This is a hard match for me to commentate, seeing as my two mains are really going at each other in this match. Okay, well, Set decides to yet again attack the cameraman, and we know the rules. An attack on round 2 against the cameraman will result in disqualification. Alright, round 3 commencing. Warden tying up 1-1, but Warden gets thrown to the geyser into a heavy and to a light combo. Warden already 1 health. Set puts him out of the level 3 bash into the geyser. And there goes Warden. Seems like that consolation round from Synth is starting to be a little meaningless here. Round 4 has begun. Warden with a good health lead so far. Warden with the wrong punish on guard break. Warden dodges the level 2 feint, but can't predict that. Gets thrown into the geyser again. Now at 1 health, punishing Scent's missed kick. Goes for a shoulder bash and gets eliminated by a light attack. Scent doing well to use the geysers to his advantage. It's just not enough for Warden to stay in the game. Warden has been eliminated from the second round. Right, round 1 begins. The two assassins. Orochi with a clean deflect, but decides not to punish, and Berserker really takes advantage of that. Really putting Orochi down to critical already. Orochi with a nice parry to the start of the punish. As we know, Orochi getting into this can be really troubling, but Berserker messes up 2 punishes in a row. Orochi yet again, for a shame that the AI don't know how to punish after deflect sometimes. After a flashy experience from both parties, Berserker comes out with the win. Round 1. Alright, round 2 begins. Berserker already in an area of trouble. Orochi has to back up for his stamina. Falls for the Berserker zone, but doesn't get hit by the follow-up. Berserker going for those light hyper armor trades, getting 2 of them, but Berserker now having a battle with the wall as we speak. Orochi getting the good, and he ends the round with a nice heavy to storm rush. Getting Berserker out of round 2, tying it 1-1. Alright, round 3, before I can even start commentating, Berserker has won the round before I can even start commentating. Berserker's flair and fast aggression has really put Orochi in a weird spot where Orochi can't get into the mixes. Officially start round 4, where not even that much damage, but Orochi's shutting me up quickly by putting a lot of damage through Storm Rush. Bash misses, but doesn't get punished. Berserker gets a beautiful deflect, but can't punish it, and now he's put to 1 health after the unblockable. Berserker with a flurry of attacks, trying to get the hyper armors out. They both clash on a guard break. Berserker at 1 health, keeping it really close, but Berserker ends up with a risky unblockable that parry would have killed him, but went through with it and kicks Orochi out of the second round of the tournament. Berserker moves on. Victory! The first match, it's a hard day to be a Knights faction fan, seeing as the Knights faction really are the only ones fighting each other. a match like Griffin Blackfire is definitely favored in the Blackfire stance. But Griffin's not going to back down. As one man said, never back down, never give up. And Griffin's not giving up just yet. Both close health lead. Griffin dodging the bash, but can't get the parry on the light attack. Griffin's kick missing. Blackfire stays too long in bulwark stance, and Griffin gets the punish with a guard break. Griffin takes round 1 against Blackfire. Benjamin, round 2 begins. Griffin in a little tough situation here, but not too far in the health lead. Blackfire making sure that he's farther back. Blackfire doesn't want to waste his stamina after the bash, keeping himself full stamina, not out of stamina. Keeping a nice health lead above Griffin. The geyser beside Griffin is about to go off. I wonder if Blackfire is going to try to use that to his advantage here. Tries to bash him into it, but misses. Bashes Griffin with a zone to catch his dodge attack right into the geyser. Blackfire takes another round. Actually, his first round. Oops. Right, round 3 starting. Griffin's starting with a nice dodge attack, but Blackfire comes back with a nice flip of his own. Griffin yet again not being able to punish the dodge attacks of Blackfire, but being able to block the interrupts. Blackfire really favoring these double light attacks. Griffin goes for the kick. It does connect. A lot of damage on the board now. Cannot get around the Blackfire light attack, but gets around this one with the dodge attack. Tries to get the guard break after, but can't get it. Blackfire drops his guard after dropping bulwark stance and eats a hard top heavy to put him out of round 3. Oh, as we can already see Griffin in a lot of trouble before I can get a camera on him, and he's out. The geysers did a number on Griffin. Blackfire again using the geysers to her advantage right now. Keeping it tied up 2-2, going on to the final round. And the final round begins. Both characters close health lead, but Griffin decides to make it a bit farther on himself after a landed kick. Blackfire not falling for the feinted heavy. Keeping the health lead nice and tight, but Griffin gets another kick, getting a lot of damage on the board here. Blackfire with a nice crushing counter, but misses the crush on the dodge attack. Keeping it again nice and close in the health lead. Now Blackfire in the lead with health in bulwark stance, but bulwark stance mistimed, and Griffin gets a clean guard break to finish off Blackfire and knock her out of the tournament. Griffin moves on.
Victory! Here comes a new challenger!
Division round 1 of Valkyrie Tiandi. A pretty cool matchup that's going to start. Valkyrie starting with a lot of damage taken from missed parries. Both deciding to try to eye each other up. Valkyrie with the wrong read. The full block stance does not work after she lets it go too early. His own attempt to feint does not pull a Tiandi. Again, lets full block go way too early. So Tiandi can get a hard heavy on her. Valkyrie with barely any damage. She really needs to get on the offensive and make a right read here. She gets the shoulder pin, but again, the full block let go too early. And Tiandi runs through Valkyrie even after a skillful shoulder pin. Round 2 starting yet again. Valkyrie on the critical health already. Tiandi putting in work here in the second round. Valkyrie with barely a hit on. It's out of stamina Tiandi. Does she get the full punish? She does! Putting Tiandi to half health. Getting the bash. Is she gonna get the heavy? She is! Now Valkyrie in the health lead. Both staring at each other, seeing what they're gonna do. Valkyrie tries to get a light off. She times it perfectly, but the sweep does not connect. And she misses the parry on the heavy. Tiandi actually goes down to the geyser, but since the execution was finished, Tiandi does win the round. Wait. No! Valkyrie wins the round! 1-1 tie because the geyser really helped her out there. Tiandi went for the execution, but Tiandi is not happy, as you can see, putting on a lot of attacks all early. That perfectly timed heavy knocks Tiandi out of a full dodge. Bash misses, can't be punished off back dodge. You must keep that in mind. Goes for a crushing counter, but he gets fainted. Let's go again, a full block way too early. Goes for a shoulder, does not connect. Tiandi with a nice parry. Tries the full block of bash, does not work. Dodges this one and blocks the follow-up light. Gets a good read on the Tiandi, but is it enough for this round? It is not. Both lights trade, and Valkyrie goes down 2-1. Valkyrie, as defending the cameraman, takes a sloppy hit from the geyser. Unlucky on her end. Valkyrie piecing up. Getting pieced up actually, but will she get the geyser? She does not, but Tiandi is now out of stamina. Will she punish accordingly? Lights coming out. Tiandi now kind of near half health after the light spam. But Tiandi with such a massive lead already. Valkyrie with a nice shoulder pin on the hype armor. Let's go, full block again. Too early. We're too late. And Tiandi takes it 3-1. Now, if Valkyrie maybe didn't get the guy who's trying to protect me, it would have been a lot better. Okay, round one begins. Yet another hard day for the Knights faction. Two Knights going at each other against the third Knight versus Knight match of this bracket. Valkyrie now, or Gladiator, sorry, out of stamina, but gets it back after a successful defense. Conqueror knocks Gladiator to the guys with a nice forward dodge bash. Gets the full block on the heavy feint to light. Now Gladiator's in a lot of trouble to get critical health, but Conqueror really isn't in a lot of trouble. Gets the deflect to guard break. This guy's playing Berserker, but can't punish off of it. Gets a fat light parry, but again, no punishing Gladiator. Skewer attempt fails, but a lot of damage on Gladiator's end to maybe tie it up here. Goes for a guard break through a Conqueror heavy and eats it. For the Conqueror up 1-0. Gentlemen, round two, it seems like Gladiator is at a nice steady lead here. Not by much though now after that full block from Conqueror, but he does catch a guard break to light. Maybe not the best punch for Gladiator. Both opponents decide to stare at each other for a little bit. Conqueror beats the toe stab with a forward dodge bash. Gladiator misses the parry on the zone, but he will retaliate with a light. The zone does connect with a lot of range on it. Gladiator interrupts twice two Conqueror heavies with two light attacks. Gladiator tying it up 1-1. Right, round three beginning. A lot of fights being close to this geyser right now. Gladiator getting a lot of interrupts on Conqueror with a little bit of health lead, but so is Conqueror, kind of adapting Gladiator's strategy of interrupting with light attacks. Toe stab attempt misses. Gladiator calls the bluff on the unblockable. But will start to eat unblockable after missed attempts. Gladiator now at 1 health, rolling away, and eats another unblockable. The Geyser Gladiator, a nice health lead, one hit from Death Conquerors, and he gets hit by the skewer trying to back dodge, but he can't get far enough. And Gladiator takes round 4 before we can even barely see anything. Gladiator, with his back to that Geyser, punished severely for having a back to a Geyser, but it's like the damage is now just tied up for Gladiator. He needs to get these punishes right. His defense needs to be on point. Gladiator now at 1 health at match point, and Conqueror whips him across the face to end Gladiator's run in the tournament.
Victory!
Match I don't really see very often, especially in duels. Medjai Warlord. Medjai decided to go into Axis form right as the fight starts. Probably the best idea since Axis form was made for duels. Warlord calling the bluff and unblockable and eating a lot of damage for it. But gets the right dodge, but can't punish. Medjai caught him in a lot of trouble. That parry's gonna get him away from that Geyser that's about to go off. But that hype moment from Warlord saves him a bit there. Warlord deciding to go a lot for the double lights. Medjai getting jumped on with the hyper armor advantage Warlord has. And Warlord takes round 1 after a beautiful read. Alright, round 2 starting. It seems like both opponents now at a close health tie here, but Warlord gonna make it a lot farther with this flurry of light attacks. Warlord misses the undodgeable, but gets the full block thanks to the dodge attack. Magi in a lot of critical health here, but gets Warlord out of stamina. Will he punish properly? He gets the right read and knocks Warlord on the ground for a light to heavy combo, closing the health gap. Magi decides to unlock, but gets hit by the same thing guy by last round. Lights aren't doing much here. Bash misses. Warlord goes for a throw, but he misses the wall. Magi hanging on with a thread of life. Gets the right read, but so does Warlord. Messes up the punish. The double light does connect though, giving Warlord a round 2. Oof, what a clenching round 2 we had for both parties. Ladies and gentlemen, round 3 commences. Warlord on match point. Bender's gonna have to pull some magic out here, interrupting the hype warmer with a bash. Starts to favor the bash a little bit, but as you can see, the amount of bashes hit, he's still kind of tied with health after that heavy. Bash misses again. The dodge light from Warlord comes out. Magi in a lot of trouble here. Bashes through it, but Warlord gets a beautiful parry. Magi misses another light. The hyper armor does not hit. Goes for a dodge attack. It does connect. The light does also connect. He dodges another heavy. Gets the right read. The round's gonna be close yet again, but cannot block the dodge light. Magi has been knocked out of the second round. Warlord advances. In round 3, Warlord starts with a nice light parry, but so does Xanhu. Not get the other one though. Will Warmonger go down to the spam of Xanhu's light? Gets a level 3 bash to wall splat. Will it be enough though? Warmonger already at a low state of health. Could have gone through with it. Xanhu now out of stamina. Will Warmonger punish? No, Xanhu gets a parry. Kind of already getting her stamina back before Warlord can do much here. Warlord misses and dies to a light unblockable. Xanhu takes round 1 cleanly for Warmonger. Alright, round 2 starts with Warmonger with a starting nice parry, but is again going to be slashed down by these dodged lights. Even players get hit by these. Warmonger finally retaliates, but only goes for a light. Gets the bleed off, but is it enough? Xanhu again now out of stamina. Warmonger going to start to punish. That geyser is up. If she can get some damage on her, she doesn't. Dodges, but gets hit by the hyper armor light. Goes for the wrong heavy punish on guard break. Goes for the undodgeable. Xanhu deflects it, and he gets a light attack quickly off of Warmonger. Taking round 2 again with not much effort. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Warmonger starting off perfectly, throwing her into the geyser. Xanhu not doing the same, deciding to go for the coffin instead. But Xanhu already kind of brings back the health. The dodge attack's coming through, tearing up Warmonger's health. She can't punish it. Geyser's up again. Xanhu goes and uses the geyser to her advantage again. Taking around with little to no effort. Constantly dodge attacking Warmonger, knocking her out.
Victory!
Xanhu moves on to the next round.
Here comes a new challenger!
Ladies and gentlemen, here comes the final match of day 2, the Battle of the Samurai. Nobushi cleanly getting a victory off Warden last time, even though he had to play 2 matches. She's gonna prove herself now. Battling, the guys are both deciding, and it goes to Hitokiri after barely surviving, scraping through the geyser. Deciding to spam Nobushi while in the geyser to minimize her chance to escape. Alright, round 2 starting off. Hitokiri with some dodge attacks, but Nobushi decides to instance the second one. A zone coming up from Hitokiri, the level 3 confirmed sweep coming out. Getting a full punish. Nobushi TRX arm missing. Hitokiri with a beautiful read to parry. Same with Nobushi, dodge level 3. Hitokiri again with a beautiful dodge attack, throwing it to the wall. Gonna put her at 1 health. Failed guard break attempt and then gets interrupted mid-heavy by a Hitokiri light attack. Hitokiri taking it up 2-0. And match point for Hitokiri, and Nobushi's already eaten one of the geysers and a heavy and a wall splat to the top heavy. Hitokiri prominently taking this round, easily finishing off with a zone attack, putting Nobushi out. An undeserved victory last match. Putting Nobushi out already. Hitokiri moves on. Gentlemen, that has been round 2, day 2 of the AI Duels tournament. Some hard victories, some hard losses, some I don't like, some I like, but what are you gonna do about it? I hope you enjoyed. Remember, don't forget to subscribe to not miss another Duels tournament video. There'll be 2 more or 3 more, depends on how long it's gonna go on for. 2 or 3 more episodes of this series, and don't forget to just watch some of the other videos while you wait for it. They're pretty good. I made them. All right. I hope you guys have a good day. Adios.